Ina mana, ina reo, iro, rangatira mā, tēnā koutou, tēnā tātou katoa. Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome to the European Union New Zealand Business Summit. My name is McCready, and it's a real pleasure to be your MC for today's summit, bringing together business, government, and innovation leaders from both sides of the world, trusted partners connected by shared values and a commitment to sustainable, rules-based growth. I'd like to acknowledge the Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Christopher Luxon, and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honourable David Seymour, the European Union Commissioner for Trade and Economic Security, Maros Šefčovič, ministers, members of Parliament, members of the New Zealand Diplomatic Corps, Your Excellencies, heads of mission and other members of the international diplomatic community. And of course to all guests, particularly those of you that have travelled from outside of Tamaki Makaurau to be here today. I know the weather's caused a bit of chaos. Nau mai, haere mai, welcome. This is the first top-level European Union New Zealand Business Summit and is both a reflection of how far the relationship has come and a signal of the momentum behind the opportunities that are still ahead of us. The EU is New Zealand's fourth largest trading partner, providing access to more than 450 million consumers. It is just over a year since the Free Trade Agreement came into force, and already trade and investment levels are climbing alongside record collaboration in research and innovation, from agri-tech and clean energy to infrastructure, aerospace, and artificial intelligence. And amid ongoing trade and geopolitical uncertainties, the ability to rely on trusted, predictable partners has never been more crucial. Both the European Union and New Zealand share a belief that stability is the foundation that businesses need to thrive. Today's program is rich with keynote speakers and panels, with conversations on trade, investment, innovation, and the clean transition. There are also plenty of opportunities to network, to grab a coffee and stretch your legs. Make the most of those breaks to connect and compare notes with each other. And if you haven't already noticed, it is the Friday before a long weekend. So at 4 p.m, we will close the formalities and move into networking, drinks, and nibbles so that you can head off into Labour weekend a little more tuned in to the European Union New Zealand opportunity, and hopefully with some new ideas and connections up your sleeve. Now, before we get underway, I have a couple of quick housekeeping comments. Bathrooms are located next to the escalators on each level. This is a no smoking, no vaping venue. If you need to do either of those things, you'll need to head out to Karanga Plaza, which is the urban beach area outside. Karanga Plaza is also the assembly point in case of an emergency, so please follow the directions of staff if required. We encourage you to join in the discussion today on social media. The hashtag for that is EUNZTrade. And if you need Wi-Fi access, join the network named EUNZ Summit and enter the password Summit2025, all lowercase. You can also scan the QR code and that will connect you directly. And finally, a very big thank you to the supporters of today's summit: New Zealand Trade and Enterprise, Zespri, Maersk, B6 Wattpac, Waipapa Taumatarau, the University of Auckland, OHB, Business New Zealand, the Auckland Business Chamber, and Kia Aerospace. It is your support that has made today's event possible. It is now a real pleasure to introduce the first speaker of today's summit, New Zealand's 42nd Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Christopher Luxon. In June this year, the Prime Minister met with the European Commission President, Ursula von der Leyen, and other senior European leaders in Brussels, where they reaffirmed the warm and deepening partnership between the EU and New Zealand. Following the Prime Minister's address, he will be joined on stage by Fran O'Sullivan, a respected journalist familiar to anyone who follows New Zealand's business and trade coverage. Fran is Managing Director of NZ Inc. and a leading commentator on politics, business, and international affairs. But ahead of that conversation, could you please join me in welcoming to the stage Prime Minister Christopher Luxon.